out of the tempering oven. I gotta clean them all up, make them all shiny and pretty again. This one is getting a stone wash finished. This one isn't, but that'll be a nice satin finish. So I gotta get them cleaned up, and then I gotta go out and cut the handle for this one. I gotta cut it in half, but before I do that, I gotta square the blade on my table saw. I think either the blade is crooked or the fence is crooked, and I gotta figure out which, because it's not cutting straight, and it's a fairly new blade, so I know it's not the blade cutting at an angle. You know, chainsaw blades do that. Once they start getting dull, they start cutting at an angle, and saw blades start cutting off square when they get dull. But this is a new blade, so all right, let me get these cleaned up. All right, there's the neck knife. That's ready for its handles. And this I gotta go cut in half. But first I gotta square the blade on my table saw. This, I'm gonna clean this up with acetone and then put it in my acid. So let me do that. Let me get this all cleaned up and get this cleaned up. And then I'm gonna go, while this is in the acid, I'm gonna go out and square the blade. As a matter of fact, here's my square. Square the blade on the table saw. We'll be right back. All right, we give this about 7 or 8 minutes in the acid. We take it out and scrub it up. Put it back in the acid for another 7 or 8 minutes. And then we give it a tumble. Give it a quick tumble in that, about 2 minutes. All right, we are not square. Can you see how it's touching at the bottom here? And there's daylight at the top. So I have to adjust this right here and move it in a little bit so I can move this whole thing that away. And just, you know, like a 1/16 of an inch is all I got to go. That's an Allen wrench. I got my own Allen wrenches right here. All right, I got that square. Now I got to reset this to 0. I need 2 hands, I think. Yeah, I need 2 hands to turn that wrench. Now, I gotta make sure that the fence is square to the table. And it is. All right, so the blade went off a little bit. See, this thing wasn't adjusted right. I took this out of the box and just went to using it. So all these years, about 4.5 years now, I've been cutting slightly crooked, just slightly, because this and this wasn't adjusted right. So now I can get some nice square cuts. All right, I'm gonna get that knife out of the acid, scrub it up, put it back in the acid, and come out here and cut that handle wood in half. All right, bath number 2. And that's the kind of acid I use right there. All right, let's go cut that wood. Okay, here's one. This is ready for epoxy and handles. Let's just show you what it's gonna look like here. And then this, just took it out of the acid and then about 2 minutes in the tumbler. All right, I gotta drill the holes in the handles, and then everybody gets epoxied. All right, that is what that's gonna look like. There's a nose all polished up. And I'm using brass because I think brass would go with this a lot better. instead of the stainless fins. Okay, now we mix epoxy and put these all together, get them clamped up, and let them sit overnight. Okay, now we wait. See you tomorrow.
Did get the opportunity last night to make a big, big victory speech on election night. Beat Charlie Crist by almost 20 points, which is really unbelievable, considering that was a once purple state. Now
That is two dogs there. This is Sonny here, and she is all snuggled up next to her big sister. And there's Breezy. Well, we didn't have a red tsunami. And I'm not even going to say anything. I'm thinking about doing a video for Rumble when I get to my shop. I am so shocked, amazed, and disappointed.